Well, let's think about it this way. All right. I'm going to throw another spin on this. All right. Since women are more emotional, all right, and able to deal with a lot more emotion on a regular basis, whereas guys are usually more logical thinkers, maybe it's more disrupting for a guy dealing with his emotions as opposed to because he's a logical thinker and he doesn't have to really deal with those emotions like this on a regular basis. Maybe that's why they're saying, we got to get him help because he ain't used to dealing with his emotions like women do,
You sound like
what? I don't actually believe that shit either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't believe that shit either. My bad. Domestic violence does not mean that it is physical. All right. It could be verbal abuse. It could be.
What do you mean by verbal abuse? What are you calling her a bitch? Oh, what?
Yeah, you calling her out her name and you saying all kinds of negative shit, making her feel real low and all that.
And what is she saying? I know right now you're advocating. I don't know.
I'm advocating for what?
You're advocating like for the women. Domestic violence can be mental and all that bullshit. But listen, man, let's get straight to the point. Straight to the point.
People,
90% of
this is where audience, we're disagreeing. I don't know what the fuck we're disagreeing on right now.
We're disagreeing because this motherfucker.
I think we're disagreeing because his mouth is open and it's moving.
Don't do that one. Cheers, my brother.
Thank you. Cheers to you too. Know what the fuck he talking about right now, but cheers to his ass. Love you like brother.
Love you like a brother from another mother.
All right. Now, what was the nonsense that you was talking about? What's good? What's good, good people? What's the haps? Hey, yo, this is Steve-O. This is my brother from another mother, my man CJ. Over here doing our thing. We got another episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Game.
The Game.
All right, rock with us for a minute. We're going to chop it up on a couple of, mainly this one issue that we saw. I actually, and this is the funny part, I actually Googled this thing here. And you guys, if following with me, you could do it with your phone right now, right? And it says, the first part is, why is my wife yelling at me, right? I went on ahead and I took a look at that, right? And it was like saying underlying emotional issues like anger, resentment, unresolved conflicts may manifest as yelling. These issues might feel like aren't worth discussing as they occur. However, over time, anger and unresolved issues fester and often magnify, right? And I was like, wow, got a couple of things as to why she's yelling, right?
And based on what we're talking about,
well,
potential triggers,
letting you know the emotional issues and things like that might be going on. It's a whirlwind of things that might be happening when it comes down to why my wife is yelling. All right. So I wanted to see, I wonder what they say about the husband, right?
As he would.
So, I said, why is my husband yelling?
You got a husband?
Well, I was reading what I
think
what
the
I put
people
in
want to know, man. That's all.
No.
With this Diddy shit going on, everybody wants to know.
Nah, I don't have a husband.
All right,
sorry.
Cool. We good.
Okay.
Just checking, man. There was some things I didn't know about you. I was just checking to find out.
You could be rest assured that I don't have no husband, especially since I've got three adult children.
The question that you just finished asking. Why is my husband yelling? I want to know why your husband is yelling.
At first I said, why is my wife yelling? I guess you was cool with that.
I was very cool with that.
I said, well, let's see what the other thing says when it says why.
Let me ask Pat a question. Did you know you had a husband?
Why is my wife yelling? See, now, why you got to go get personal? Why you got to bring these things up in here, right? And it says help is available. could be signs of mental health disorder, such as depression or anxiety. It also could be an indicator that your husband didn't learn healthy conflict resolution skills from their own parents. In either case, counseling can help them to correct their behavior.
Wow. Now on some real.
Whoa.
Why do they come at the men so hard?
Whoa. That was different.
The man has to have mental problems.
Right.
But the woman is just
Right.
because the man hasn't been doing what he was supposed to do. That's a problem.
No. They said that the man didn't learn conflict skills from his parents. So that means basically they saying that the man, if you yelling, you was fucked up from when you was little, growing all the way up, and your parents did you a disservice on teaching you how to deal with conflict in order for you yelling. But when it comes down to the wife, she can have a fucking tornado worth of emotion going on in her mind that explains the reason why she's yelling.
Exactly. Let me preface this real quick.
Please.
You have children and I have children, and we've raised them with both parents available.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids came out fucking awesome. Somebody did some research, true research, not this bullshit we looking at right now, that said kids raised with their both parents in the house, particularly the father, because even when both parents aren't present and the father is, the kids come out good.
The statistics show.
The statistics show. Yeah. I don't want to hear your shit about statistics.
You know how I feel about statistics?
No.
Well, we just brought it up, and I figured
No.
You know how I feel about statistics.
This shit is on your side, right?
You ask
now.
5
Keep
people
it like this.
Yo, if you ask 10 people in a room and 9 of them agree, that doesn't mean 90% of the whole fucking nation agrees with that shit.
There's always going to be
saying.
1 or 2 bad fathers somewhere,
Keep
even
it in
though I've
context.
never met none of them.
I'm just saying when it comes down to statistics, keep it in context.
But
you know what?
But I say all this to say,
all right.
Why is it got to be mental illness when it comes to us? But the women is perfectly okay when the statistics show.
Well, it didn't say that the woman is okay. It's just
she's
saying
going through something manifested by us. She's going through something that the father basically.
No, where did you see that at?
That was in the beginning, right?
No. There it is right there.
Underlying emotional issues like anger, resentment, and
unresolved conflicts
now,
that manifest
if your woman
as
is
yelling.
married to you, who else is causing that bullshit? The kids?
Yeah, these are little terrorists. Look, kids are
kids
are terrorists,
like that. You need to get them little motherfuckers locked up.
kids are terrorists, yo. Shoot, but it says right there, all it is saying that she has unresolved conflicts, may manifest as yelling. All right, these issues might feel like they aren't worth discussing as they occur. However, over time, anger and unresolved issues fester and often magnify.
Now,
that's what they're
who's
saying.
around you enough to be over time and be experiencing that? It's got to be a significant other.
All
right?
I'm saying is that at no point in time did they say that she needed to get help, psychiatric care, or anything like that. They talking about if the man is yelling, that he's had a disservice done upon him since he was a kid, or since he was growing up, didn't learn from his parents how to deal with conflict. And they're saying, wife, help is available to you.
No, they saying that help is available to the wife because your man is fucked up.
That's my point.
It's expanded. It's like exponential when it comes to the man, but when it's with the woman, it's on some like shooter shit. The crazy shooters that come and shoot up a school.
Yo, you got freaking, when it come down to the guy, you talk about domestic violence and all kinds of stuff.
And
When
there's
it-
a
when it-
lot of
when
men
it-
that don't even
when it
ever
comes down
put
to
their
the-
hands on a woman.
when it comes down to the man yelling, there's a lot of stuff on there like seek help, run, get away from this guy. You know,
Let me get
he's-
personal for a minute. You ever beat up your wife?
I don't want to get personal. No,
You
I
ever beat
never.
up your wife?
No, I never
Right,
beat
right.
up my
That's
wife.
all I'm gonna ask. Now, ask me the same thing.
Why?
No, I never beat up my wife. That doesn't apply to everybody.
But this is not talking about him beating up his wife or
Well,
nothing
they're
like that.
leading you to
but it's-
believe that motherfucker said help is available. National Domestic Violence Hotline. is the
domestic
next
violence does not mean that it is physical. All right. It could be verbal abuse.
line.
It could be.
What do you mean by verbal abuse? Who are you calling her a bitch? Oh, what?
Yeah, you calling her out her
telling-
name and you saying all kinds of negative
And what is
shit,
she-
making her feel
And
real
what is
low
she
and all
saying?
that.
And what is she saying?
I don't know what the fuck she's
saying
saying. All
you
I'm saying
poor
is
ass
that
nigga, you ain't got no motherfucking money, and we can't even pay these motherfucking bills.
that's verbal abuse too.
Yeah, but
That's also verbal abuse.
She's saying that. She's saying.
Yeah, but you automatically, when you looked at it, you automatically went to physical abuse. You automatically
you know why?
did that.
Because most domestic violence, probably 90% of domestic violence is physical abuse.
Well, it starts off somewhere, and most of the time
And
it's
I
with
know-
verbal
I know right
verbal
now-
abuse.
I know right now you're advocating. I don't
I'm
know. If
advocating for what?
You're advocating like for the women. Domestic violence can be mental and all that
What?
bullshit. But listen, man, let's get straight to the point. Straight to the point.
People,
90% of
this
it
is
is
where
physical.
audience, we're disagreeing. I don't know what the fuck we're disagreeing on right now.
We're
but
disagreeing because this motherfucker.
I think we're
wanna talk
disagreeing
about
because his
mental.
mouth is open and it's moving right now, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's
What-
talking about
What do you?
mental abuse. Like mental abuse is
I'm-
one sided.
No, I didn't. I never said that.
You led that.
Have another drink. have
I'm
another
good.
drink. You sure?
You led that. When
Have
I
another
finish
drink.
this, it's the end.
All right, pour your words into it. All I'm saying is that they are talking as though he needs immediate help. All right.
He?
Well, they're saying help is available if your man is yelling. So basically, they're saying that
She needs immediate help.
okay. But clearly they're saying that he has a problem.
Okay.
All right.
And that's what
They're
it's
not
always gonna
saying
be.
that she has a problem. What they're saying is we can tolerate the emotional issues like anger, resentment, and unresolved conflicts that manifest as yelling. We can tolerate that
This
with
is
her.
America. Who gets the benefit of the doubt?
I'm just going off
No.
the meaning.
Answer
of-
that question and go back to your point.
I'm just going off the meaning
This is
of
America.
what,
Who gets the benefit of the doubt? It's not the men. There's only one other.
I'm just giving you my
subject in this
interpretation.
whole thing.
I'm giving you my interpretation of what was
Sounds
read
like
here.
you're going against your own.
Those are words up there, and I'm actually reading them, and I'm coming up with my understanding to the words that are being said, or the words that's being
Okay,
read
Jackie
up there.
Chan.
All I'm saying is, for her, there's no such thing as help needed. Help is available. He wasn't taught well. They're basically saying that this can happen over time if it's unresolved issues. So we should
But
try
how
our
can
best.
it be
we should
one-sided?
we should try our best to try to resolve the issues when it comes down to why my wife is yelling. But when it comes down to the man, how dare you? You need help. Something is wrong with him.
I
if
was
he
waiting
yelled,
for you to catch up.
that's
I
all-
even
what do
tried
you
to
mean
give
trying
you
to catch
some
up.
bait.
I was trying to say it, but you the hole under your nose kept opening up, and
The hole couldn't wait for you to get to the point.
you know, hey, are these working? I think these, because they covering his ears and whatnot, so I'm not really sure. Are you hearing what I'm saying? All I'm saying
I
is
hear
that
the words that are coming out your mouth.
all I'm saying is that the guy needs professional help or something, but she doesn't. And they're both yelling.
My point
That's all I'm saying.
exactly. Why did we have to go to Detroit to get to that point?
I don't know, because you was talking about the people, and you asked me what was the question you asked me again? Because
don't do
shit didn't
that.
make no
Don't do
sense
that,
then.
because then you're gonna give me a chance to get you back for what I forgot. Don't do that one. Cheers, my brother.
Thank you. Cheers to you too. Know what the fuck he talking about right now, but cheers to his ass. Love you like brother,
Love you like a brother
My
from
man.
another mother.
you know? All right. Now, what was the nonsense that you was talking about?
Bruh, we're making the same point. Why is it magnified when it's the woman and not magnified when it's the man? The man, you need to seek help immediately if this happens. The woman, underlying emotional issues like anger, resentment, or unresolved conflicts may manifest the yelling.
Well, let's think about it this way. All right. I'm gonna throw another spin on this. All right. Since women are more emotional, all right,
Facts.
and able to deal with a lot more emotion on a regular basis, whereas guys are usually more logical thinkers, maybe it's more disrupting for a guy dealing with his emotions as opposed to, because he's a logical thinker and he doesn't have to really deal with those emotions like this on a regular basis. Maybe that's why they're saying, we got to get him help because he ain't used to dealing with his emotions like women are,
You sound like
You know what? I don't actually believe that
You
shit either.
sound
I'm
like
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't believe that shit either. My bad. I was trying to look at it from a different angle. Okay. All right.
I was about to ask you, did you write this?
Yeah. Okay. I was just trying to come from another angle. Maybe broaden my horizons. Maybe I'm looking at it differently.
As the brother I know you to be, I know you mean well in this, but I also know you see the one-sidedness of this.
Yes, I do.
And this is the way that America operates.
Yeah, that's what you was talking
This
about.
is an
America.
American response. If you pull this up in another language in another country, like say Bangladesh or Pakistan, or let's go to another country.
I don't know if you want to use
Let's
Pakistan.
Let's say.
Do they get to speak over there? In women?
Yeah. Pakistan is legit, but Bangladesh is like third world.
Okay.
Well, even like say Colombia. Even Colombia, you can say Colombia because Colombia is. They try to lead you to believe it's a third world country, but they're more advanced than us in some of the things they have, but they're not more advanced than us in their thinking and their approach. But the bottom line is this: in America, which is the only country basically across the world, maybe with the exception of Great Britain, that glorifies women. Everybody else treats women equally for the most part. I mean, there's some little hiccups here and there where there's a little difference, a little ways. But America and Great Britain pedestalizes women, and that everything that happens to a woman is a man's fault if it's wrong. So therefore everything is partial toward women, like the Me Too movement. When have you heard of a Me Too movement elsewhere? Looks like Brazil wants to do it, but the people aren't letting that all the way happen. So,
well,
everybody looks at it differently as you go to different countries. Now, granted, America is a leader in the world. People follow us, but that shit's changing rapidly.
I was about to say.
You're ready to start following China and BRICS, all the other countries tied to BRICS.
Well,
so my point is this. You could take the American way with a grain of salt and implement your own shit, but within the rules of America while you're in America, because you don't want to get in trouble. But understand that this shit is partial toward women in America.
Well, okay. So how do we get here? How do we get here? I know that I know there are a lot of women that feel as though they want to be treated equal
Are you talking about literally or are you talking about expansively? You talking about total in totality,
in
right?
totality. Like,
In
yeah, how
totality, the
yeah.
way we got here is that women want equal rights in America. And women aren't taking no less pay. They don't want no less pay, and they want to be able to be looked upon as equal to men. They want to be able to say they can be brick masons if they want to, even though they can't throw bricks.
Well, see that's the difference right there, because you can say that if I want to, I want to be a brick mason, but a majority don't.
No,
But they don't want nobody saying that you can't,
right.
and I think that's
So they
what
want it
that
on
comes into.
paper, but they don't want the reality.
Right? You just don't want to. You still don't want to do it.
But yet, the country of America, the United States of America, is so accommodating at this point because they shitted on women and other people for so many years that the retribution is to let them have what they want and to make the man be the fault of everything not pro women. You understand that? You don't agree with that? Because if you don't, you part of the problem. Right, Ray?
If I don't agree with something, I'm part of a problem.
Not something, that.
If I don't,
If you don't agree with the fact that America wants to
say that the man is the cause of,
not necessarily the man is the cause, but that
the
the
man
women
is the-
are not. The women should be entitled to all these extra things because of what we've done to women over the years. Then you are
so then
part
that
of the cause.
means black people should be.
Another,
I'm just
another
saying.
story
I mean,
for another day.
according to your philosophy,
Black women, women.
Since they've been shitted on so long, and black people have been
Black
shitted on as
women,
well. Woo,
Black women, women. Get it straight.
what?
Right now, we still got a long way before we can get even mentioned in the same conversation with women. Because every single
black
thing
people,
that was
black people.
black people, and then women. Think about it. I'm gonna give you this. This is a nugget that ain't even supposed to be part of this this podcast.
I
But
know.
I want to give you this nugget because
Okay.
this is very important.
All right, if it's knowledge, if it's a
It's
knowledge nugget,
definitely
then
knowledge.
let me get that. Let me get that up off you.
Think about it now. We had what you call civil rights. And civil rights was hijacked. Equal rights for everybody. Even the black people that wasn't up to par with the white people because they wasn't exposed to the same education system and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So they gave you all of this extra stuff to
I
get
know
you
ex-
up
I know
to par.
exactly-
I'm not finished yet.
I know where
Let
you
me get
going,
it.
though.
Let me get it. Now, who hijacked that?
How you gonna tell me? Let me get it, and then ask me a question afterwards?
Hijacked that? The white women. So civil rights no longer is for black people. I mean, civil rights is gone now, but civil rights was no longer for black people. It was for white women.
It's a lot of hijacking that go on over here in this country.
White women is a minority
I'm
now.
talking about even with terminology, even when it come down to woke. I was like, yo, wait a
they
minute.
stopped that shit.
I was like,
didn't
hold on, wait a minute. That's not what
I
that
haven't
means.
heard that shit since
All of a
Florida.
sudden, you started hearing this. I was like, that's not what being woke means, bro. Being woke means is being alert to what's going on, especially the differences and the things that's happening to black people in our communities and stuff. Being able to recognize that. That's
Many
what woke
people
was,
twisted it to their advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same shit. Right?
Exactly. And the Bible is the same way. And there's some people out there that will kill you over a scripture in the Bible.
Yeah.
Whether it was man-made or not.
Yeah.
They all man-made, but they will kill you. I will kill you if you say that again. But
you lost me with
that's
you lost
part
me
of the
with
scripture. You read the scripture.
Lost me with that
the
first
scripture
part.
said this.
When you say,
and you believe in this.
But
when you bring the scripture to somebody, and then you tell somebody that a man wrote that, right? That was written by a man.
Okay.
And he put it in the Bible, and it sounds better because it's got somebody else's name under it.
Well, everybody knows, and I know we kind of drifted a little bit, but everybody knows that you take certain parts of the Bible to make yourself feel good.
You use it to your advantage.
Yeah, you use it to, like, when dudes quote something, you be like, what about the rest of it?
Yeah.
Well, I ain't really interested in that part.
Yeah,
I'm just talking about
that part breaks my narrative, Negro.
Talking about this part right here. So, it happens a lot and all that. And plus, new words get added to the dictionary every day and whatnot and come up with their own meanings and stuff like that. So, hey.
Yeah, it's all man-made, but I'm not trying to talk to people about religion because I don't want to tamper with anybody's religious beliefs, because you might have spent a lifetime building up your religious beliefs, and that's what you believe.
Well,
I
that's cool.
respect that.
Right, got you.
So, just know
back on
a lot of stuff is man-made.
Okay. Well, back on the whole thing as far as why there's so much leniency when it comes down to a woman yelling, and there is none when it comes down to a man.
Get it. I'm not going to let you have that for a few minutes, and I want you to...
Let me have it. I'm not...
Because you've been fighting it. You don't want to see it.
What did I was fighting?
Why
I'm trying to understand.
They come hard at the men and then they just gingerly skim over the women? Why?
That's what we was talking about. That's what this whole conversation led us to. Like, when you looked it up and you Googled it, I was like, oh, I could understand the emotional issues like anger, resentment, unresolved conflicts, may manifest as yelling. May. Possibility. Doesn't mean all the time, but it's saying may.
And men. When it happens in men,
when it happens
seek
to men,
help.
Run for the border. Go get some help. Clearly that guy's got a problem.
Is there not is it me, or is there not a big discrepancy?
So let me ask you this. I'm just gonna ask you this. Just your opinion, all right? So if police get called, I don't know, because there's a disagreement in the household, and the police get called, are they going in there with their mindset that, hey, yo, if the guy was yelling, we got to get that guy out of there,
Do you want the truth on that, or how it's supposed to be?
Or are they going in there like, are they going in off of these two narratives? Are they going in there with the mindset, oh, yeah, well, she just got some unresolved issues and whatnot. Let's go ahead and see if we could calm her down. But if you're doing the yelling, buddy, let me ask you, ma'am, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe staying here with that person? No, because he was yelling at me. Okay, buddy, you're going with us.
And that's how the world rolls today. We just depicted exactly what it is. The women get the rights. The men get no justice whatsoever. No, not even an inkling of consideration.
Sad.
But
sad.
Stay away from them volatile ass women. Do not become a man that fulfills what they said in this particular video, that men, when they get out of line, seek help. Because that's not always the case. It can be the case, but so can it be with women. It's not gender bias. It happens to volatile people, whether they're men or women. Or it doesn't. But to have it where women, it's emotional issues and there's a whole bunch of excuses, and then men just seek help, that's just terrible.
So if he was calmed down, like kept it at this level and just shut the fuck up.
Right. If he was
with
cool
and
everything.
If he was cool and be like,
he's not acting normal. Somebody punch him in the face. Get him riled up.
Like, if they arguing, like, hey, yo, just shut the fuck up.
They say, hey, sir, what did she say to you? What did she say to you? She talked about my mother. Oh, disorderly conduct. Lock him up. This is how it goes.
Nah, bro. Nah. So basically, he got to stay calm.
He has to stay calm. He has
to be rational,
and still
logical.
Pray for hope.
He has to be logical
and calm,
rational and calm, and say, "Hey, I see that this isn't going nowhere.
Officer, this is how it is. This is what happened.
Oh, this is after the cops show up.
I mean, you got to be calm with the cops because as soon as you say something that might be halfway challenging to what the cop said to you, which was wrong, which he feels like you can't challenge his authority, then you are in the wrong.
You know what's wild about that?
Disorderly.
What's wild about that? Just reading that part. I'm sorry, Ray, because I know Ray had something he wanted us to take a look at. But just looking at this definition alone, right? I mean, this can be used across the board. Traffic stop. You yelling.
I agree.
Man yelling. Hold up. Something's insanely wrong with this guy. I might have to put this guy down because he's doing this yelling. But I've seen with some women yell at the top of their lungs and all this
Curse him
stuff
out.
and curse a dude out. And he's just like, hey, relax yourself and all this and try to gain control. And then she gets a little too belligerent.
And then
He'll go ahead and say, okay, I'm arresting you or whatever. Yeah. But I'm just saying that if you're thinking like this, like these two definitions here, and you're thinking like this when it comes down to the man, I'm like, wow. Across the board, you at the job, you yell. Is that taken as a sign of aggression, more so than what they're saying when it comes down to the wife?
The hard truth is on whatever narrative they developed in the situation, but the real truth is if they look at it through, like unconditional lenses, then they'll see where the problem lies and then they'll act accordingly. But it's rarely that thing happens because ever since 2016, when Trump came into office, wrong is right and right is wrong. That's what we're going through right now. The things that used to be right by society are turning out to be wrong because it doesn't fit the narrative. And if the narrative is not fit, well, we can't use that, bro. I'm sorry. Your ass going to jail.
So you brought Carrot Top into this, huh? Okay. Figure out how Carrot Top got brought up into this conversation.
I didn't even bring.
Can you make that a little larger, bro?
I use VPN to Google search why is my husband yelling at me from different countries.
Oh, like Belgium, Brazil, Germany, Hong Kong, USA, and Mexico. And
this is Belgium. This is Brazil.
Oh, so it's the same for every fucking country.
Hong Kong.
well, those countries anyway.
USA.
But USA for men,
Mexico.
help is available.
Mexico.
Everybody else
It's the
got a
same as
problem.
USA.
Mexico?
is the same as USA.
Yeah, of course. Because
So all of these countries that you just mentioned just now have the same definitions when it comes down to both of them?
Only Mexico.
No, wait a minute. Let me see this here.
Belgium, Brazil, Germany, and Hong Kong is the same for the women as it is the men. But when you get down to
They had this in
Mexico, when you get down to
the same-
Mexico and USA, it's seek help immediately.
Well,
help is
no,
available.
it also said that in USA as well. It was down lower.
He missed the whole thing, didn't he?
It was down lower, but it was the same thing as these. But they did have in the very first one, help is available.
Yeah, but that's USA and Mexico has that first.
Right,
Everybody
okay.
else is equal. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody else says, okay, all right, okay. Not
crazy.
that I'm debating.
It shows that the other countries don't put as big of a how can I say this? The other countries don't worship one gender more than the other. They treat them equally.
Got you.
The USA and then Mexico following right behind, probably because of proximity, they treat the women as they are way more important than the men.
Okay.
So that all goes into the prosperity of America type thing. You know, you gotta make money. This is a country, a money making country, and everything goes back to money making. So, in order for you to make money and do right in this country, women has to be worshipped some kind of way. I don't know. It ties back into that somehow. That's weird, but it's true.
Okay. All right.
The only difference between this country and every other country in the world is that monetary success is the number one thing in this country. The only thing second to that is women. Does that make sense to you? Let's take care of our women. I don't know why, but let's take care of them.
You don't know why? Take care of one.
I don't know why, nor do they. I'm sounding like them. These motherfuckers don't have no rhyme or reason about some of the shit they do. They just do it. Women have complained so much and they've been shitted on so much. We have to treat the women right. And that's how America is. When you look back at it, this is a capitalist society. And with capitalism comes a whole bunch of other things. We don't have enough time to go over all of those things right now. But it ties back into how you treat women. Me Too movement. All this type of shit that is secondary to what we stand for, which is this is a land of the free, the home of the brave.
Look, all I
Come
can
here,
say,
you can make it. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you want to prosper in the United States, you come over here and work hard. You could have anything you want. That's what it's.
all I know is that men are more logical thinkers. And like I said,
No
put it in the comments.
question.
Put it in the comments if you want, if you disagree or whatever. But
I dare
in my
you.
opinion, most men or majority of men are logical thinkers. Women
And
are more
here's
emotional.
why.
Perfect example, like when we was coming up
Women
in
are
here
more
today.
emotional.
Did that lane, was it not a merger? You live here. What is that in a merger that go into a single lane, right?
It's getting personal now,
If I'm
guys.
if I'm in front of you and it merges into a single lane,
I have the right of way.
why would you land on your horn? You gonna put your foot on your horn because you like, yo, you cut me off. The fuck, it merges into a single lane. What do you want? And she was mad as shit, wasn't she?
She looked at him as if she wanted to say, "You pull over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass."
She was mad. Yeah, right down the street. She was
Coming right up
mad.
here.
She was mad. Lady, I hope. Well, I seriously doubt that you watch anything like this with your fucking. Anyway,
Hey, that would
she
be
was
fucking
mad.
priceless.
Yo,
if
she was
sees this.
mad as shit, and I was like, "Were you not taught how to drive?
Yeah.
You know, when it merges in, let them merge in there in front of you." Anyway,
No, you know what she
matter
said?
of fact,
She
we
Black
gave
guys ahead.
we
Time to
gave-
fuck them up.
we gave each other the international language. We both said "fuck off," you know, saying fingers, you know, all that. She, as I'm turning into the complex here, she's like on a horn, and I'm like, yeah, right back at you, bitch.
When she
So,
saw that we was turning, she got real strong then.
got real mad or whatnot, you know. I was waiting for her to do one of them Karen jumps and try to cut
Turn
me
around
off
and try to fight
and
'em.
get out the car or whatnot. I'd have been like, oh damn, you know.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, Karen, you get fucked up.
Yeah. She did the right thing.
I was
she
spending
stepped
night-
on the gas when she went by.
I was spending, what is it, Sunday? So I only have to do one night before I see the magistrate on Monday. But I have a smile on my damn face. You best believe that. But
Fuck
anyway,
that shit. When you gotta pee, man, you get fucking lice on your shit.
so
You better avoid that one night.
anyway, this deal right here was worth talking about it. We chopped it up and we was just conversing about how, wow, the difference in this thing here.
The
And,
difference in genders when they're under the
So-
same type of duress.
Yeah, so that's another episode of The Good, The Bad, and The Game.
The game.
Drop the comments if you got something to say about
Hey, y'all, let's talk about it because everybody has dealt with a situation like this. Let's talk about it. It's fun to talk about it. And we like to hear what you got
Yeah.
to say. You
see
know what
you.
I'm saying?
See you guzzle down your drink again and whatnot.
That's
you know
what
I'm saying?
happens. That's what we're here for. We guzzle down a drink, we
Man,
feel good,
Took
and we
half
talk
of my
about
shit
it.
too. You think I wasn't gonna say
Yeah,
nothing
if
about
you didn't
that?
have any more, if you had some
Yeah.
more, I'd take some more. Why don't you put your glass
Greedy
down?
ass
Put
and
your glass
whatnot. Like
down.
I'm.
Put your glass down. Let me get some
I
more.
wish I would with
Look
you.
at you. Now you all of a sudden want to drink?
Yeah, because you probably put your soup coolers all
I
over
know,
this
I'll put
motherfucker.
the
I
soup
gotta-
coolers here, but I'll pour that shit out and put the soup coolers here again.
Anyway, yo, let's talk about it in the
Stop
comments.
playing with the fucking drink and drink.
Fucking lush. I'm drinking. I like
Sit
to
it
sip
down
my drink.
then. If
I
you
like
ain't
to
gonna fucking
taste.
drink,
I
you
like to
sip.
taste my drink. Unlike
Taste
you,
and shit.
fucking vacuum and shit. This motherfucker- Look at this shit.
Motherfucking
Anyway.
been sitting on that drink for 3 hours now.
Anyway,
What the fuck?
thank you all for tuning into the good, the bad, and the game.
The game.